Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Welcome to one and all. So we are now moving on to the next point, which is discussing the Ummi Moosa Islamic Center, which is based in Waterworks Informal Settlement, Johannesburg South. The center is run and directed by Hafiz Moosa Sekoati, who's the founder, the director, a teacher, and the imam of the center, subhanallah, with a lot of, can say, amazing enthusiasm at the center, and inshallah with future upcoming good hufaz coming out of the place, inshallah ta'ala. Hafiz, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, Moulana. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khaira once again, Afisab, for joining us on the program. It is always amazing to speak to you, especially learning more about the Ummi Moosa Islamic Center. I was just speaking to my operator during the break that this is actually exactly why the show was made, so that we can showcase and profile centers and organizations which are not known to many people, so that people can know that, hey, in this area, in this formal settlement, this township, there's actually Hafiz Musa there, and he and the likes who are doing such amazing work. But we can't see it because Hafiz we're not doing it for the likes. He's not doing it for Instagram and all everything, but he's doing it for the sake of Allah. So that's why we don't see him everywhere. So inshallah, through this, people inshallah after this would know that what is the Ummi Moosa Islamic Center. So we start there, inshallah, with the question, Hafiz, what is the Ummi Moosa Islamic Center, and how did it begin, inshallah ta'ala?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ummi Moosa Islamic Center, how it started, like as I said last time, alhamdulillah, they're in an informal settlement which is called Waterworks. They didn't have a place where they can learn Islam. So most of the people, because they are not far from lands, when they would hear the adhan, they would think that it's something like a music. Some of them, they will start dancing. So that touched my heart. Then I spoke to the brothers that we did Hifz together, that we should put up a center there so that we can teach them Islam, teach them the adhan, the meaning of the adhan and everything. So alhamdulillah, that's how it started. So the center is almost 5 years now. Alhamdulillah, we have been running the center without sponsors, alhamdulillah. And so the center is a full maktab whereby we have the school-going students that they attend from 2:30 to 5:00 Monday to Friday. And then we also have the adult class that's run on Wednesday from 1:00 to 2:30, and also on Friday immediately after Juma. Alhamdulillah, after Ramadan, during the month of Ramadan, most of the people accepted Islam and the student came in. So now we've got more students on the youth and also on the adult side.
Subhanallah, amazing. It's an amazing story of how it started. Who would have ever thought that such a basic thing as adhan can actually be used as a means of da'wah? Subhanallah. Actually, I have a friend of mine, a very close friend, brother Imran Khan, who always, when he gives his da'wah, always emphasizes on telling people the translation of the adhan in the local languages. He would say the adhan in Arabic, then he would recite or give the translation in Arabic, etc. So, inshallah, subhanallah, this is exactly what we acknowledge, that you don't need to be a person who has studied a lot of books to give da'wah. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah," that you can propagate on my behalf in terms of deen. Even it can be one sign, not just the eye of the Quran, but can be one sign, something amazing you learn from deen, subhanallah. And Hafiz Sabi spoke about having the maktab system and having the adult classes, which is very important also. Many times we think that when a person becomes a revert, they are left alone and there's nothing that happens. But subhanallah, now you have other classes to teach them more about deen, especially for people who are working once a week, which can do inshallah. Obviously, one thing you also emphasize on is that the center has been moving for 5 years now without any sponsorships. Now, just wanted to get in that for a second. How has it been in terms of dealing with obviously the demands of the community, the demands of the center itself without sponsorship, and what can inshallah work uh, better for the future, inshallah?
Bismillah. It's not easy. It's tough, but then Alhamdulillah, me and my wife and other brothers, we've been there doing the work, and the community, they understand our situation. Because if you look at the place there in Waterworks, people, they are not so rich. In fact, they are not rich. So the poverty is in high rate also because they are not employed. You see. But then, as us, Ummi Moosa Islamic Center, we try to approach the big organizations that maybe they can give us the food hampers once a month or whenever they are ready to give to the community. So in that way, then the community is benefiting from those food hampers. But as for the staff of Ummi Musa, we have been patient, waiting that one day Allah will open the doors that they can get the stipend.
Mm, inshallah, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, this thing towards the end of the Ramadan, and now the feeding side of the madrasa, daily feeding, is not a problem as such. Alhamdulillah, we we have enough food. We are able to cook Monday to Friday, even though sometimes we have some struggles, but that side, Alhamdulillah, we are okay. The only
Mm.
side we hoping and we praying and we're asking the Ummah is that if we can get a help in stipend for the staff.
No, inshallah. So there's just one request from the viewers to see you properly, inshallah. Just slightly to fix the camera so that people can see the Mubarak face and the nur that's emanating from your side, mashallah, tabarakallah. Hafiz, it's amazing the amount of work that you're doing with the little. And again, we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does send people who can assist for the sake of Allah. And also, we can get our own inspiration of starting projects that will be sustainable for the communities, inshallah. My always my cry is always up among the for the youth that we need to have projects which can help them become sustainable, work for themselves, work for the dean and the community at large. Now, as a person who's working with children, also youngsters in the community, Hafizab, what have you seen as being a miss, or what are we missing as a Muslim community, especially when it comes to dealing with the youth? And how can we make it easier for them to be more connected to the deen and be, inshallah, the flag bearers of Islam in the near future, inshallah?
Okay, Bismillah. You see, youth, like how we are dealing with them, we try to be more friendly to them and try to bring them closer as much to us, make them feel that they are sitting with a father or a brother, and we try as much as to warn them about things that are not good and things about that they are good. We also we try as much to advise them about their future, and also telling them that if they become a good Muslim, then Allah will open all the doors for them in future.
Hmm.
So as you find that may- they don't have funds to go to university, something like that.
Hmm.
So because I am with IDP, Imam Development Program, they do send some link where we can register them. Maybe it's on Sansa from whatsoever it is. Like recently now, we are planning to send some students to do baking, cooking, sewing, and computer
Hmm.
here in Lens by Ashraf Al 8, inshallah.
Hmm.
So we are
No.
planning to send 10 of them so that at least some of them, they will know how to cook, baking, sewing, computer, and they will get certificate. Then
Hmm.
in future, at least Alhamdulillah, by doing that for them via the center, then they can come back and look for a job, or they can open up their small businesses for themselves, something like that, to empower them.
No, 100%. Now, that's exactly what we're talking about, Hafiz, in terms of empowerment for sustainability. Having skills like this is very important, especially when it comes to um, what you call it, when it comes to having them to start their own businesses, their own bakeries. I mean, especially now, it's more important for us to have our own Muslim-led businesses in the communities. We need our own Muslim-led halal butcheries. We shouldn't be now driving all the way from waterworks to lands in order to buy a pack of meat because it's far. And so you spend double the money to do so. So at least if we have people who are in that forefront, whereby it makes it easier for us and convenient to start such business. Subhanallah. Sewing also. We need our kurtas done for Eid or any other occasion. So we have to have a brother and sister that can do that. Subhanallah. Hafizab, this is amazing and we really applaud you on doing that. And again, this is exactly what we need as our developmental part of the communities. And other skills, you have those students who want to go to university. There's organizations who give bursaries for that. I was also seeing the Turkish embassy was giving out bursaries for learners to study in Turkey. I think it's a
Yeah.
full 5 year bursary also. So if those who are interested can go on the Turkish embassy website and see how to do so, inshallah. There's other learnerships that are available. We should register. Hafizab, you are connected to the youngsters. You know exactly who is capable of doing it. Advise them, help them out in registrations and everything. That's what you need. That's exactly the role of an imam in a
Yeah.
community. Imam is not only for salah. I always have Afwan, excuse me. I always have a problem with people saying that Imam is only for the 5 salahs and that's it. No, Imam is a father, the leader of the community. But more so, as he's the leader, we as the people who are being led by him, we need to be at his service. Subhanallah. So, in order to make the load of the Imam, I think that's one of the points that Sheikh Bilal Ismail always fights about in IDP, that we need to put the Imam
Yes.
in front. We need to make the Imam our leader. At the same time, we need to serve him. We need to be the servants of the Imam so that the community, inshallah, can flourish. Hafiz, it's really, I'm happy that you're having this happening and encouraging the youngsters to take up in these programs, because we were speaking about it also with the brothers from El Dorado Park. They also brought the same thing up. Learners, students are being encouraged to take part in these sons of programs of the basic computer skills and other learnerships that we find, to also encourage them to take part in, because at the end of the day we don't want youngsters who are going to go begging people for money and this and that. No, we want them to be able to work for themselves, and also they must now run projects in the masjid, around the masjid, so that everyone else can benefit, inshallah. Now, Hafiza, we've spoken about that part of the developmental part of it. Now, in terms of the dawah side, especially looking at the fact that Waterworks is an informal settlement. Now, how has the attitude of the people around the center been towards Islam? And can you say that it's improving? Or what has been the challenges also of it? If you can just take us through that, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, in terms of dawah, we are improving. It's improving a lot. It's improving a lot. People are accepting Islam. People, they like Islam. They like the madrasa. They respect us. They respect the madrasa. Alhamdulillah. The only challenge that we have is when we find people from Mozambique. Alhamdulillah, these people from Mozambique, they will accept Islam from us. So the problem is we don't have books that are written in Sitsonga or Portuguese.
Mm,
Likewise, in Jamiatul Ulama, they've got almost Zulu, Sotho, Xhosa, Venda, and all of that. But then Sichonga, Stonga, and Portuguese, it's very hard. And now they're
mm,
accepting Islam. At least now, when they accept Islam, you must give them something that they will go through it and learn. You see, Alhamdulillah, we also have something which is called 33 lessons in different languages for a new Muslim to go through it. You see,
mm,
but then we don't have something like that in Portuguese or Setsonga. So it comes a challenge because yes, I can speak Zulu, but they don't understand Zulu as that much. So I would
mm,
prefer if someone speaks a language, and then I should give him something that will be beneficial to him, something which is in his original language. So that's the only challenge that we have now. But other than that, Alhamdulillah, everything is on point. People that are embracing Islam almost every 2 days. We have new Muslim coming in, and the students are coming in, and everyone loves Islam, and everyone loves us, and everyone respects Islam.
Mm. Subhanallah, mashallah, tabarakallah. Once again, we commend you on the amazing work that you're doing. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take you from strength to strength and make more people embrace Islam and understand the beauty of Islam. So I think in terms of getting material in Xitsonga or Portuguese, what we can try to do, inshallah, is connect with, because we normally connect with Okaf SA for the distribution of your Dawa packs or IPCI. I also have the one Dawa center in Benoni that I normally get material from. So inshallah, we'll just check with them if they have anything in those languages. Otherwise, the next step would be to contact. We have also other brothers and Maulanas in Mozambique that can assist in this regard. So I think we are covered, alhamdulillah, in terms of getting resources. So that's not the one very troublesome part. But the only issue we face most of the times is that when you want to throw programs, we need some sort of support from the communities. Hafiz also understands what I'm talking about. Sometimes we may come up and say we want to make a street dawah program, but if our communities are not supporting us, then it becomes like you're doing it alone. So inshallah, for those people who are around close to waterworks, when there's projects around waterworks, especially by the Ummi Moosa Islamic Center, please let's go and assist where we can. Uh, Again, this one thing we were speaking about also is that we don't need millions. Subhanallah. People think that you need millions to run this project. No. Subhanallah. I
No.
was just speaking to my brother here also that I saw one masjid which is being built in Malawi, and they're short with few bricks. I think just a couple of thousands of bricks. Subhanallah. And they only wanted about 4,000 rand to complete it. Subhanallah. One person can actually donate that much for the project to be finished. But
I
again,
mean,
priorities is if we really want that Jannah or that house built in Jannah for us, we spend for the sake of Allah. So these projects again, the I think again, Havisab, we need to always repeat: the aim is not the money. The aim is not getting the funds. The aim is that whatever will come in should be used for the sake of Allah. And the people who are in the work of dawah, like yourself, we already know that, and we know how far it goes. Um, I have a group of my brothers also from Lekabile in Brits. They built a masjid from scratch using their own money
mashallah,
from their pockets. Wallahi, if you see this
mashallah,
masjid today, you won't even think that this has been going on for almost 2 years now from their own pockets. I remember their first before they had their first Eid last year, their first Ramadan, we were there having a program, just teaching the basics of Islam. Alhamdulillah, it was amazing. Today, when you go there, it's a different. And they just told me actually last week exactly that they managed to get the full rights of that whole area in terms of building a full big masjid. So they have a
mashallah.
big land that was given to them by the community, by the municipality, and now, subhanallah, Allah is opening up. One of the other things that was mentioned is that they want to also open some shops which will be sustaining the masjid. Now, these are the things we want. We need our
Yes,
youngsters also to take up the tuck shop businesses. We hear people fighting about the tuck shop businesses. Why don't we have one few group of youngsters establish a tuck shop business, run it, and some of the money can sustain the masjid, and they can get their own salaries from that. Obviously, there's a lot of things we can put in
a lot
mind.
of things. I mean, I
Exactly.
mean, I
Exactly.
mean,
But Alhamdulillah, the good thing is there's always a way, Hafizah, and Subhanallah, I'm always excited to speak to you because you know exactly what you're going through. I've went through it with our communities in the Winterfeld, same things. But Alhamdulillah, slowly we get there. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does bless when people do everything for His sake, inshallah ta'ala. Now, Hafizah, just a last point will be now your encouragement to other organizations or other centers that are facing the same issue of no funds, trying to survive by the bare minimum. What can you advise them in terms of keeping up with the work and doing whatever they can, inshallah, for the sake of Allah?
I'll tell the brothers and sisters that are in a situation like mine that first thing foremost, they should put their love on what they're doing.
Mm,
Pure love. They must number one. they should do it for the sake of Allah.
Mm,
Then after making that intention that you are doing this for the sake of Allah, for the blessings of Allah, then they should put 100% love on it.
mm,
So if there is love, any challenges, anything, any talks, anything, any difficulties, love will always conquer. They will have patience because they love it. They want to see it grow. They want to see it somewhere else. But if there's no love, they will just give up like that. So you see, so I'll advise them to have pure love for it and aim high for it. That if not me, then my son or someone else will take it there where it needs to be.
mm.
Alhamdulillah.
100%. No, 100%. Abisab, I cannot agree with you more on that. Especially if we're working for the sake of Allah, we all understand that our rewards, we want to enjoy them more in akhirah instead of here in dunya. So let's work for our akhirah, inshallah, by supporting such movements. Inshallah, Habisab will be posting your number also, inshallah, because we need people who will be interested in contacting you. Inshallah, Habisab can give the number so that people can also know how to contact you in terms of if they want to be part of the projects and if they want to sponsor something or just want to collaborate with you, inshallah.
Gee. The number is 0711485104. 0711485104. Jazakallah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah, Hafizab. We really appreciate having you on the program once again. And we all hope to have more projects together, inshallah, so that we can reach people out there on this and inspire other people, inshallah, who want to do the same work. And so that we can carry on, obviously, kalimatullahi to be here al for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. Jazakumullah, Hafizab. Really appreciate having you, inshallah.
Ameen. Jazakallah wa iyyakum.
Barakallah fiqh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, that brings us to the end of the show. Just apologies with my voice there. I've been struggling with the cold, but everything is in Allah's control. Couldn't miss the show because this is what we do best, inshallah, for the sake of Allah. This is our, can say, the least that we can do for the deen of Allah, to fight for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kalima to be heard everywhere. So wherever it may be, online, social media, in person, speaking to our friends and families, let us do that for the sake of Allah, inshallah ta'ala. Remember, one person embracing Islam due to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised rewards which are greater than over 100 red camels. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those and enter us into Jannah. Ameen. And again, it is a beautiful Thursday evening, which is a night of Jum'ah. Reminder to recite a lot of durood upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa alihi wa barik wasallim, and reading of Surah Al-Kahf, inshallah, is protection from the Dajjal. And lastly, but not least, making immense dua for brothers and sisters in Palestine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all their efforts, accept all their sacrifices, and those who have passed, may He grant them status of shuhada, enter them into Jannah without any reckoning. Ameen. Until we meet again, inshallah, from Yunus Kawanga on Call to Guidance. I will see you next week, where Thursday from 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. with my main man, my studio operator Sadiq. We say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.